Did you know that Michael Jackson, the king of pop, started his music career at the tender age of 5? Born in a humble, working-class family in Gary, Indiana in 1958, Michael Joseph Jackson was the 8th of 10 children. His father, Joseph Jackson, was a steel mill worker who recognized his children's musical potential and formed a family band known as the Jackson 5. This group consisted of Michael and his 4 elder brothers, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon. At such a young age, Michael didn't just blend into the background. Instead, he shone brightly, displaying an extraordinary talent that was impossible to ignore. His voice, even then, was powerful and emotive, belting out notes with a depth of feeling that was rare for someone of his age. His dance moves, inspired by the likes of James Brown and Jackie Wilson, were already sharp, fluid, and filled with an energy that captivated anyone who watched him. The Jackson 5 started performing locally, and it wasn't long before they caught the attention of record labels. In the late 60s, they signed with Motown Records, a pivotal moment in their career. The young Michael, together with his siblings, began to enchant larger audiences with their performances, their soulful harmonies, and their infectious energy. Songs like I Want You Back and ABC quickly climbed the charts, turning the Jackson 5 into a household name. But it wasn't just the group's success that was remarkable. The spotlight was increasingly drawn to the youngest member of the band, Michael. His extraordinary talent set him apart, even within his talented family. His voice, his dance moves, his stage presence, everything about him was exceptional. By the age of 11, Michael had already become the lead vocalist of the Jackson 5, setting the stage for his future success. But this was just the beginning. The world had yet to see the full extent of Michael Jackson's prodigious talent, a talent that would change the face of pop music forever. Michael Jackson didn't just wake up one day as the king of pop. His rise to stardom was a journey filled with hard work and determination. In the 1970s, Michael Jackson's career took a significant turn. After a successful run with the Jackson 5, a band composed of him and his brothers, he decided to explore the music world as a solo artist. His decision was not taken lightly, but he was ready to carve his own path in the music industry. His early solo career was marked by a series of hits, each one solidifying his place as a rising star. He was a natural performer, captivating audiences' unique voice and electrifying dance moves. But it was his first solo album, Off the Wall, that truly marked his ascent to stardom. Released in 1979, the album was received with critical acclaim and commercial success. Off the Wall was more than just an album. It was a declaration of Michael's artistic independence. The album showcased his ability to blend different music genres, from pop and soul to disco and funk, creating a sound that was uniquely his own. It spawned 4 #1 hits, including Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Rock With You. And it made him the first solo artist to have 4 singles from the same album peak within the top 110 of the Billboard Hot 100. The success of Off the Wall was a testament to Michael's talent and determination. He had taken a risk by stepping out of the shadow of the Jackson 5, and it had paid off. His music was not only popular, but it was also influential. He was pushing boundaries, challenging conventions, and setting new standards for what pop music could be. By the end of the 70s, Michael Jackson had not only established himself as a solo artist, but was on his way to becoming a global icon. This was just the beginning of a career that would revolutionize the music industry and leave an indelible mark on pop culture. Michael Jackson's star was on the rise, and the world was eager to see where his journey would take him next. In 1982, the world was not ready for what Michael Jackson had in store. It was this year that he released Thriller, an album that would catapult him into the stratosphere of music legends and forever change the landscape of pop culture. From the moment Thriller hit the shelves, it was clear that this was no ordinary album. It was a masterful blend of pop, rock, and funk, with a touch of horror thrown in for good measure. The title track, with its unforgettable music video and infectious beat, became an instant classic. But Thriller was more than just a collection of catchy tunes. It was a cultural phenomenon that transcended music. It wasn't long before Thriller became the best-selling album of all time. It has sold an estimated 66 million copies worldwide, a feat that no other album has come close to matching. Thriller was not just an album, it was a cultural event that resonated with people of all ages and backgrounds. It wasn't just music that people were listening to, it was a moment that they were living in. And then, of course, there was the Moonwalk. During a performance of Billie Jean, Michael Jackson debuted a dance move that would become as iconic as the man himself. The Moonwalk, a seemingly gravity-defying glide backward while the dancer's torso and legs appear to move forward, was an instant sensation. It was a visual representation of the magic that Michael Jackson brought to his music, and it further solidified his status as a global icon. The influence Thriller had on pop culture is immeasurable. It reshaped the music industry, revolutionized music videos, and set a new standard for what a pop star could be. Even today, decades after its release, Thriller continues to captivate and inspire. Thriller didn't just cement Michael Jackson's status as a superstar, it transformed him into the king of pop. Michael Jackson's life was not just about music and dance moves, it was also marked by controversy and a lasting legacy. As the king of pop grew older, he faced an array of challenges that extended beyond the stage. His health began to deteriorate, and he found himself in the midst of legal battles that threatened to tarnish his image. While it's essential to acknowledge these troubles, it's equally crucial to remember that these issues were just one aspect of his life. Amidst these struggles, Michael Jackson remained a dedicated philanthropist. His contributions to various charities were as remarkable as his music. From donating proceeds from his concerts to setting up foundations for underprivileged children, his commitment to making a difference was unwavering. His untimely death in 2009 sent shockwaves around the world. Fans mourned the loss of an icon, while others questioned the circumstances surrounding his demise. The controversies didn't end with his passing. Allegations and legal battles continue to emerge even years after his death. But these controversies, as significant as they may be, are only part of the narrative. Michael Jackson's musical legacy is undeniable. His influence can be seen in the music of countless artists who came after him. His revolutionary dance moves, his unique sound, and his ability to captivate audiences continue to inspire generations of performers. His album Thriller remains the best-selling album of all time, a testament to his enduring popularity. In addition to his music, Jackson's humanitarian efforts also live on. His charitable work continues to impact lives, and his message of love and unity remains relevant in today's world. His life, though fraught with struggles, was a testament to his belief in the power of music and the value of compassion. Despite the controversies, Michael Jackson's legacy as a musician and humanitarian continues to impact the world. More than a decade after his death, Michael Jackson's influence in the music world remains undeniable. His rhythmic beats, unique dance moves, and captivating performances have left an indelible mark not just on pop music, but on the entire spectrum of entertainment. Michael's impact on music transcends generations and borders. His songs are still played on radio stations worldwide, and his albums continue to sell in their millions. His music videos, with their groundbreaking choreography and cinematic storytelling, have set a standard that many artists still aspire to. His influence can be felt in the music of countless artists today who have borrowed from his style and incorporated elements of his sound into their own work. Even after his death, Michael's music continues to be discovered and appreciated by new generations. His posthumous releases, including the album Michael and the documentary This Is It, have allowed fans to experience previously unheard tracks and gain new insights into his creative process. These releases serve as a testament to his enduring popularity and the timeless appeal of his music. And let's not forget the continued celebration of his life and work. Every year, fans from all over the world come together on his birthday to pay tribute to the King of Pop. They share their favorite songs, dance to his music, and reminisce about the joy and inspiration he brought into their lives. These celebrations are a testament to the love and admiration that people continue to have for Michael, and they ensure that his legacy lives on. Michael Jackson's story is one of talent, ambition, and hard work. It's a story of a boy from Gary, Indiana, who dreamed of stardom and went on to become one of the greatest entertainers the world has ever seen. And while his journey was not without its challenges, his music and his legacy remain a testament to his extraordinary life. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, may have left us, but his music and influence continue to live on, reminding us of his extraordinary life and career.